today?
Hey, it's good to meet you.
Good, I'm Dane. Yours was?
Luke.
Luke, okay. Really nice to meet you. Welcome to our organization.
Oh, thank you.
If you want to come back to my office, we'd love to have you.
Definitely. Where's that?
Okay, just back here.
Okay.
Okay, so Luke, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm fairly good. I've got problems, obviously. I'm here.
Okay, well, we're here to help you out in any way we can and to support you in whatever it is you're going through. But kind of before we get into the setting, we just had a couple things to go over. So I'm guessing that out in the hall, in the office, you kind of went through that paperwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you have any questions about what was on the paperwork or even why you did the paperwork?
No. I mean, I know it's kind of standard for all organizations and things like that to have me sign my life away. I didn't read all of it because a lot of it's redundant, a lot of big words. I don't like it very much. But for the most part, I understood that I definitely need to pay you guys. That was given.
Okay, yeah, right. No, but actually the main reason that we do that is actually to help you and protect you. You know, because with a lot of legal systems today and a lot of, you know, just possibilities of suing and things like that, we want to have straightforward, cut and paste, just what it is going to happen and you know, what's between us. On there, you know, it talks about obviously payment and things like that, but more importantly, it talks about kind of privacy things. Because obviously what we're going to talk about is, you know, it is going to be between me and you. And it's not like, you know, I'm going to go post something on YouTube or on Facebook, like, hey, you know.
Yeah,
I know, right? So for sure that you have that trust and the confidentiality from our organization that we're going to keep that just between us. But as you saw, there are just a couple times that has to be broken. And that's just pretty much if there's pretty much any abuse or, you know, something needs to be reported on any harm that's going to be done, like a terrorist attack or something, or a terrorist thing, right?
Yeah.
So
Getting close to, but
yeah, okay. So today, so now that that's taken care of, are you sure you don't have any questions about that in any way?
No,
You want to make sure it's pretty straightforward.
I think that you've explained it fairly well with all that stuff. Yeah, a lot of the stuff when we talk about is probably out in the open much anyway. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, so today's gonna be a little bit different. Like obviously, I want to get to know you, and I mean, feel free, you can ask questions about myself as well.
Of course.
But kind of just today, what we're doing is we're just kind of just looking at the whole situation. So I would just like to get to know you a little better, Luke. So would you, if you wouldn't mind, just kind of tell me just basically about yourself.
All right. Well, me, I never really knew my parents. I was, I guess, adopted by my aunt and uncle, and pretty much just been growing up in like a farm boy type thing.
Okay.
And I didn't have very many problems growing up and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, I got to, you know, be a little bit older, about the age I am now, and you know, started finding out more about my parents, and you know, falling in love and stuff like that. So I had kind of normal childhood, I would think, but then I started finding out that, you know, my aunt and uncle had more of a story behind it. And so then I had one of my other uncles come and show me that there was more to what my life was. And then from there, things got way crazy. There started being a lot more like back plots and things like that to different lives. And I ended up joining the forces.
Okay.
And when I joined the forces, I ended up meeting a really good friend. He has like an awesome pet that he carries around with him, or not carries him around, but he's with him all the time. And pretty much I've just got a lot of stuff going on in that realm. I met this girl that I really liked. I thought she was cute, so did my buddy, and come to find out that she was my sister, my twin sister. And then that was weird, as well as I started to learn that I had different types of powers and things like that. I could like push stuff, and at the same time like figuring all that, and then come to find out the people that were fighting, like their leader is my dad, like he is my father, and so I've got like family problems.
Okay. Okay. So let's, if you don't mind me asking, I kind of want to get something a little more clear.
Mm-hmm.
You said that you didn't know who your parents were, but you were raised by your aunt and uncle,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When did you first start to realize, or when did they tell you that they weren't your actual parents?
actually when I decided to kind of go off, and the other uncle told me I should join with the forces, Uncle Ben,
Okay.
and he said that I have like a different calling and stuff, and then they told me that they weren't my parents, and then they ended up getting killed, and things like that.
So they aren't with us anymore.
No, they're not with us anymore.
Okay.
And they said we got lots of family problems.
Okay.
So yeah, that's that.
Okay. So when you had that realization, if you don't mind me asking, just when your aunt and uncle, they said there's this hole in the line, kind of what was your feelings towards that?
Man, I felt hurt. Like I thought that I had just this peaceful life and everything was good, but then all of a sudden I didn't know what to think. It was like I didn't. At first I went to like it couldn't be true, and then from it not being true, I found out there was other things that I was supposed to do, and like my Uncle Ben told me I needed to go do, and things like those lines. So I was confused, and still I'm a little bit confused, but I'm starting to get it together.
Okay. So did you have any hostility towards your Uncle Ben at the time?
Oh, I got mad and ran away, and then that was the time they got killed. So I feel really, really responsible for their death in a sense because I ran away and couldn't help them when they were killed.
Okay. So why, if you don't mind me asking, why do you think that was your fault?
I really feel like I could have just been there to protect them, at least because I felt like they were coming for me, or whoever was coming for them was coming after me. And if I'd have been there, then they could have either taken me, and my uncle could have been alive, same with my aunt. And so I really think that if I would have been living with them, then they wouldn't have been killed.
Okay. Okay. So then after they had died, what is it you did after that?
I stowed away and went to the rebel forces. And when I went to the rebel forces, I went over to a trainer, a little short guy. He started teaching me how to be a better fighter, as well as use these little powers that I have in a better sense, so I could better help the rebels win.
Okay.
And so I started doing that, and then my Uncle Ben was actually killed by my father, which I didn't know at the time. And so that one was really, really traumatic for me, but I was at least able to keep going with the rebels.
Okay. Now, did you find any peace or any help from getting that aid from these either your uncle or your trainer?
Yeah, definitely, I did. I found there was a lot of peace. I found a lot of ability to concentrate.
Okay.
And to understand sentences that were put in different orders. My trainer's not very literate. He uses a lot of third person.
Okay.
And then because he was teaching me real well, I was able to then go find people that were really in need of help, and that's where I found most of my support system. My friend Han and Leia and all those other guys.
Okay.
Leia's my sister, actually.
Oh.
That
okay.
was the weird one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that as well.
Okay.
Did you from that time of having that benefits from getting that aid from your trainer and your Uncle Ben, did you feel that that's helped you at all any today, or?
Oh, definitely. They've helped me tons. I wouldn't have been able to get through it if I hadn't. As well as I did have a run-in with my father, and that was the time that I was really confused and irritated because he's like this superpower guy that's really evil. Like I said, he killed my uncle, and then he wanted me to actually like switch sides from the rebels over to his side and stuff, and he cut my hand off. And yeah, this is fake.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you had so it sounds like violence and
Very.
aggression with your father.
And that's where I'm just mad at him because I wanted to get to know him, and I don't understand why he's so evil and why he's got to be that way, especially towards me, like his own son.
Okay.
Told me at the most inopportune time too, as well as like right as he's beating me up. That's how I found out.
So you're concerned about kind of your relationship with your father, and it sounds like you want to have a good relationship with him, but you're not exactly sure how you can make that happen when you're kind of different from each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and there's even hostility between the two of you.
Definitely.
Okay. So what is, if you don't mind me asking, what is it you do want?
I really have just always wanted to be, like, even though my dad's a bad guy, I've always wanted to have a mother and a father. I never knew my mother, and I know who my father is. I want answers.
Okay.
And I really would like to have a better relationship with him, and kind of find peace with that, and stop our fighting. Like, this domestic violence is just got to stop.
Okay. Can you tell me more about when you confronted him and tried to talk to him about it?
So I was heading over to, like, again, I was part of the rebels, and we were fighting him, and then there was a time that we got separated, and we got put up onto a bridge.
Okay.
When we were fighting, and when we were fighting, I thought I was doing pretty good, and he was better than I was, and so when I had like a miss swing, and he was able to push me out onto one of the bridge things, and then ended up cutting off my arm when I was swinging at him, which I lost my weapon, and then he told me to join his side, and I yelled at him, never. And when I did that, I ended up falling off the bridge, but luckily my friends were able to save me, and that was a good thing, and they put my hand back on and stuff.
Okay, so something that's curious to me is, why do you think your dad would want you to join him?
I think part of him really does want his son to be with him. I mean, I would think so.
Okay.
I have parts of me that still love him and stuff like that. Yeah, and I want to get to know him better too. I just don't want to I don't believe in what he's doing.
Okay, so do you feel that that's a good thing then, that he does have a sense of belonging to you?
I guess I never thought of that before. That maybe he really does want to have a relationship with me. That's why he wanted me to join with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you feel that you can do in the future to try to continue to build any type of relationship with him? And obviously, I mean, you don't want to put yourself in harm's way, but...
Yeah, not doing that again.
Okay.
I don't know, I might be able to send a droid out to talk to him and give him a hologram or something, and maybe start doing little holograms back and forth to get to know him a little better, maybe ask him some of my questions. I hope he responds.